Illymations. Illymations. Let this chant beckon through the hills. For today, we here at the RobertIDK channel are looking
at none other than the one, the only.
No. We are watching Illymations! We've only checked out Illymation once. And it was, as the name suggests, it was ill. It's your boy, I'm here. I am here with Cameron. We're gonna hang out and watch some goodness gracious Illymation.
Yes, sir.
I've picked out 3 illymations for us to check out today that I'm really excited for. And I'm gonna say it right now, if you enjoy this video in any way whatsoever, please make sure you check out Illymation's actual channel. Link will be in the description and at the end of the video. Make sure you are supporting the original creators and not just this goofball.
Number 1, Noisey Neighbors.
Now I can relate to some noisy neighbors. Isn't that right, Cameron? You know this.
I don't want to relive it.
Yeah, imagine living in that heck cauldron, you know? Stupid kid upstairs playing Call of Duty, screaming obscenities while I'm trying to film. Like, this happened multiple times in our footage. And you guys never saw it, because why would I include that? Anyways, noisy neighbors. I feel very passionately about this topic. So let's jump in. Are you ready?
I'm ready, yeah.
Are you ready? Let's go. Ichi, ni, san, yon, go.
Bad apartments, they're everywhere. Just like the dog poop your neighbors leave on display in the sun.
Yup.
But like the old saying goes, you get what you pay for. And when you're in college with a monthly budget of ramen noodles and pizza rolls, you don't get much. So when I was in art school, my 3 friends and I found the best place we could afford. An apartment close to campus, 2-bed, 2-bath, for all 4 of us to share for only $500 a month each. For context, that's actually a pretty good deal in California.
Oh, in California.
It was a terrible place to live.
In California, I guess that's a pretty good deal. In Canada, my monthly rent was... Wait, you went to school out here, right?
In California, yes, I did.
So did you stay with the parents the whole time?
Yes, I was fortunate enough to stay with my parents.
Okay. Fortunate? Bro. It's not. I lived in a 6-person apartment. No, not apartment, house. I lived in a 6-person house throughout university, and my rent was $400. And I guess it was $400 a month because there were 6 of us splitting it. I guess that's how that made sense. But that's where I started, and that's where my first YouTube videos were all at. When I started my channel, I was living in that house with 5 other people, and I was so nervous to film, like, and have anyone hear me. I'm so shy. Anyways.
The website was suspiciously down every time rent was due. The dishwasher fell out of the wall, and when our apartment became infested with ants, we were told, "Did you try ant spray?" But that was a long time ago, and I really hope they're doing better. I mean, I highly doubt it, but anyway. The biggest problem I had with this place is something no tenant or landlord would ever be able to control.
They had to sleep in the same room?
Absolute worst neighbors. One day while I was in class, my roommates texted me saying we got an eviction notice. And we knew there had to be some kind of mistake. We paid our rent and the late fee on time. We've never interacted with our neighbors before because we just moved in. Well, apparently, one of the neighbors told the office we were having loud parties every night since we moved in. So we got a note on our door saying, if you receive one more noise complaint, you will be evicted.
That's not them!
So instead of checking these claims to see if they were true, they're just gonna evict us.
That sounds horrifying. This is the wrong people! You got the wrong guy!
This is Daniel!
This is Daniel!
They got the wrong people! Well, I hope that they don't get evicted. I hope they got to the bottom of this mess, you know? I hope they got to the bottom of this. My noisy neighbors, there's nothing we could do about them. Like, the HOA didn't care. There was, like, nothing that could happen. Anyways, that's sad.
Thankfully, we were not evicted, but I, for one, was really nervous that our neighbor would make it happen. Now, if you're thinking, golly, I hope these people didn't have kids. I'm with you there, buddy. But guess what happens when 2 idiots love each other very much? They make a tiny, slightly smaller idiot.
Whoa, tiny and slightly smaller? Wow, okay, cool.
So for some quick context, the complex was right next to a very busy street. So for everyone's safety, there was this big fence. We'd also get frequent emails from the office begging parents to send their kids to play in the pool or the dog park. Because these kids like to play in the parking lot. And who doesn't watch for cars? Kids. So who came this close to being convicted of vehicular manslaughter?
What?
Not me, my roommate. but it was very scary. The kid just came out of nowhere.
Man, I've talked about this in another video. Kids running in front of cars makes me so mad. You ever had that? You ever have a kid run in front of you while you're driving?
So back where I used to live, we had no like lawn area for any kids to play, and the only wide open area they could play with was the parking lot. So there were a couple times where I was backing up out of my garage and I nearly ran over like 2 or 3 kids at a time.
Those little rapscallions! Can't stand those kids. There's that, I think it was like Kids Being Dumb like 3 years ago on the channel where I just went on a rant because there was a clip of some kids just trying to like run across the street as the car is zooming in front. Oh, and it annoyed me so much.
One day, the crazy parents finally told their crazy kids not to play in the parking lot. Great. One problem though. They missed the part about where else to play. Because one day, as I was chilling in my living room, I see this. Yeah, Mom, I'm doing good. The apartment's... Oh my God, the kids.
You have kids?
No, Mom, the kids that we almost hit with the car, they're climbing the fence now.
Wait, what do you mean? What kids? Whose kids?
I don't know, Mom, what do I do? I took pictures and emailed management, and later that day, they sent out an email telling parents not to let their kids climb the fence to play in the busy street. I wish I was joking. Now let's test our knowledge here. What do idiot kids grow up to become?
Idiot
teenagers. One night, we're all chilling in our rooms when we hear...
That's my top that you held on to for 5 months. No, let go. I hate you so much. You think we're getting all these fruit flies, you stupid. I am gonna kill you.
I look at my roommate. She looks at me. I look at the clock. And I'm thinking, oh, no. 1, I have an exam tomorrow that I did not study for. So future Alyssa needs to wake up early to cram. 2, this commotion was probably what our crazy neighbor thought was coming from us.
True.
So if someone doesn't step in soon, we're gonna get the noise complaint and we're gonna get evicted. And 3, that was a threat. We should probably call the police. By this time, our roommates in the other room are up too and tell us this fight is happening right below their room. So we go into their room and start listening in while we wait for the police.
Yikes.
The police don't come. An hour passes and these people are at each other's throats. We can hear them throwing things, banging the ceiling, shaking the walls.
That honestly gives me like real anxiety. Have you ever like been around like a domestic violence situation?
Thankfully, no. However, I've been on the spectrum of extremely noisy partiers where it sounds like the speaker's right next to your ear outside the window.
Wait, but you lived in an apartment recently, like, so you've shared walls.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thankfully I've never had noisy neighbors like that.
Yeah, so when my Noisey Neighbors moved in above me, for the first few days, so this dumb kid, this teenager, he'd play Call of Duty or whatever game he was clearly terrible at, like every day, and he would just scream obscenities. When I first heard it, I had no idea he was playing games. He was so angry, I thought it was like a couple like fighting, and it freaked me out. No, thank you. It drives me crazy. I don't live there anymore, so I guess I don't need to think about it, but it's just insane how disrespectful those neighbors were. What she is describing right now, I used to experience like almost every day just for like not as long at once, but also I knew that it wasn't an actual like dangerous situation, just an absolute freakazoid teenager.
So we called the police again. Out our window, we see 2 guys in blue show up and walk to the wrong door.
What?
And as some dude in his underwear is talking to the cops, we hear,
No, let go.
and sure, we could have exited our apartment and hoped the bloodthirsty people below us wouldn't mind us snitching on them. But in the event that the attempted murder turned out to be just a murder, snitching was not a risk we were willing to take.
What?
Eventually, we see the cops mosey on over to the correct door, and wouldn't you know it, 2 teenage girls, barely old enough to drive, open the door.
Hi, officer.
Hi there. We've been receiving multiple noise complaints from this unit. Is everything okay?
We had a fight.
And my roommates and
Aww.
I were flabbergasted. Look, I get it. Siblings argue and siblings fight. Maybe you and your brothers throw down like WWE wrestlers. But, geez, can you chill? Thankfully, the police shared our feelings and lectured the girls on how they're worrying everyone. There's a better way to discuss disagreements, and they're old enough to know better. The cops leave, and finally, it's quiet.
Wow.
Until their mom comes home.
Oh no.
And I swear to God,
Oh no.
these teenage girls.
You will not believe who showed up.
What? Who?
The police. Yeah, people heard us.
What?
Call the cops on us.
What?
I'd like to think that conversation led to another rightful lecture on not threatening each other. But by the way the girls were acting, I highly doubt that.
Yeah, how are you that comfortable telling your mother that the cops came up to, got called on you? I would be terrified to say that to my parents.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, I wouldn't even mention that to my parents.
Yeah.
If I was home alone and the cops got called on me and they just left, I'd be like, okay, that's staying with me.
No wonder they turned into such psychopaths.
My question is, what was the reaction that the mom gave to knowing that?
Oh, you silly girls, you're all the same. You're always giving me the business. Have a good night, guys. Let's watch a Disney movie.
I highly doubt that. So with that, thank you for watching my videos. Teenagers scared the living out of me. And as always, stay safe.
Teenagers scared the heckin' heck out of me. Anyways, I wasn't really hoping that video would bring back so many horrible memories. So we're going to watch, hopefully, the most humanly possible, happy-go-lucky, silly one that is humanly possible. Fast food playgrounds! How could this possibly go wrong?
I can't see how.
I can't see how. I'm excited. 3, 2, 1. Go!
Not to flex, but my mom works nights and my dad didn't cook much, so we ate out a lot. And you know what that means? I had my 4th birthday party at McDonald's, and I've been on a lot of fast food playgrounds. The first one I ever went to was at good old McDonald's. It was fairly small, simple, and outdoor. I remember my brother and I would take turns role-playing that scene in The Lion King where Scar kills Mufasa.
I think I've done that, dude.
I've definitely done that.
Dude, yo, y'all don't realize 95, 94, The Lion King came out the year I was born, a year before Cameron was born. So the Mufasa and Scar thing, that is the thing that you act out on a slide as a kid. Every millennial kid acted out the Mufasa and Scar thing on a slide. I swear to you. No cap. No cap. So I guess Illy's roughly our age. Also, I do think I had a McDonald's birthday at some, maybe I did. No, I don't know if I did. Did I? Isn't that so weird, dude? Birthday party at McDonald's.
I can't recall having ever a birthday party at a fast food place, but I don't know.
Listen, if you have a birthday party at McDonald's, that's cool. You do your thing, homie. I never publicly endorse fast food places in videos because I don't want to publicly endorse factory farming, but I ain't gonna lie and act like I don't ever enjoy a McChicken or a Chicken Legend that they had when I was in England. Shout out to everyone in England who their McDonald's has Chicken Legends. For anyone in North America who isn't aware of this, in the UK, there's a chicken sandwich called the Chicken Legend. And when my Canadian butt went to the UK and saw Chicken Legend on the menu, what else was I supposed to order? Look at it! Look at it! Dude, the Chicken Legend. The Chicken Legend. This is what I used to eat.
Yo, why does it actually look not that bad?
Dude, it was sick. That when I lived with Brandon, I would say to him, yo, you want to go get Chicken Legends? And we would go take the bus to go to McDonald's to get Chicken Legends.
I love it.
No cap.
I remember my brother and I would take turns role-playing that scene in The Lion King where Scar kills Mufasa.
Brother. Long live the king.
Long live the king.
Need slides peacefully.
It got old pretty quick. But a couple years later, a new McDonald's was built not too far away, and it had a bigger, better, newer outdoor playground.
Cool.
So to make sure my dad would take us there, we would specify we wanted to go to the new McDonald's as opposed to the old McDonald's. This one was a ton of fun to play on, but one hurdle we didn't really expect was the weather. I remember going one night and the slide was still wet from when it rained earlier in the day. My dad was really sympathetic though, like,
"Aw, man, I don't want you guys to get mud on your clothes. Better stay inside."
And I remember thinking, yeah, I don't want to get mud on my clothes, but why would he take us out tonight when he knew that it rained today? So he knew the playground would be unplaygroundable.
What?
I don't know. Bit of a small town mystery.
My question is, where do you live that you have McDonald's have outdoor play places? I've never seen that.
Like there's the McDonald's building and then there's like half outdoors, like fenced in a weird way. I never had play places that were like out in the open. They were like separated by this thing. Dude, I would love, honestly, I hate to say it, but no cap. Dude, I'd love to go to a McDonald's play place. Dude, I bet some like weird adult YouTubers have made play place videos.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do it. But I would like to. But no kids, get away from my play place. Dude, these were so sick. This felt like a whole other universe as a child.
Yeah, this along with Chuck E. Cheese playgrounds.
Dude, there aren't that many Chuck E. Cheeses in Canada. I never have been to a Chuck E. Cheese.
Really?
Yeah, they're like so few and far between in Canada.
Anyway, a little while after that, a new restaurant opened up in the area, and it was called Chick-fil-A. This was before we knew they donated to anti-organizations.
Yeah.
So we don't go there anymore. On Tuesday nights, the Chick-fil-A hosted
Fair.
Kids Night. This enticed my dad because not only was the food now cheaper and a little bit healthier than McDonald's, they'd also host some kind of arts and crafts thing too.
Hey mom, yeah, I'm going to Chick-fil-A to do arts and crafts.
What a weird thing.
I'm going to Chick-fil-A. Oh, what are you ordering, honey? Do you need money? No, I'm just going to do some paper mache.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some finger painting.
Yeah. Paper mache! By the way, people, if you're digging this video so far, first of all, make sure you've checked out Illymation. She did all the hard work on this video. We're just out here memeing. But also, if you want me to look at Illymation again in the future after this video, let's say like 15,000 likes. If this video gets to 15,000 likes, then I will do another Illymation video. Thank you.
And, lucky for my brother and I, they also had a playground. An indoor playground. But unfortunately for me, I was hitting an early growth spurt, and for the one and only time in my life, I was technically too tall for something. The joke is I never grew any taller after that. I still had fun most of the time, but I'd get nervous crawling through the overhangs and going down the slide. And
Scary
so
stuff.
this was the last fast food playground that I played on.
Have you been to a Chick-fil-A play fillet?
A what? A play fillet?
A Chick-fil-A play fillet?
I'm sorry. I have never been in one myself, but I've seen them a bunch, just like a McDonald's play place.
Okay, I've never.
They're a lot smaller.
Chick-fil-A is another one that isn't in Canada, but I think Chick-fil-A might be like almost not in Canada at all, or it might just not at all be in Canada. So I would have no idea. Why do they have these cars and eat more chicken? That's really weird, dude.
Yeah, that's the slogan of Chick-fil-A, is the cows like repainting over signs because they want people to eat more chicken rather than beef.
That's so weird, dude.
Isn't it? It's super bizarre.
That's really weird, dude. Aesthetically, I think I mean, this looks cool, but aesthetically, for the most part, I think I prefer the McDonald's.
And so this was the last fast food playground that I played on. What? That's it?
What?
But how could you forget the holy grail of fast food and indoor childhood fun? Charles Entertainment Cheese. Well, that's because my parents took one look at that place and told me, it's closed. Forever. And since I was 3 and an idiot, I said,
Aw, man. That's a long time.
That is. Until my friend Jessica had her birthday party there, and I finally
Mom, you lied! Why do you lie? Don't you hate that? Did your parents ever just straight up just lie to you so that you didn't have to?
I don't think I've ever had that, honestly.
Oh, bro.
Not that I know of, at least.
I have. Dude, you never had the whole, like, where someone's playing a video game with their, like, little brother, and they don't plug in the little brother's controller, and they're like, yeah, you're playing. You're playing.
I see that, yeah.
It's like, that is such a horrible, like, taking advantage of a child, you know?
Like hardcore gaslighting.
It's horrible. I don't think, so I started playing video games when I was 2 years old, so no one would have been able to pull that fast one on me. Yeah, that's like the same thing. Parents are like, yo, Chuck E. Cheese is closed, so we can never go there, sorry, and never ask us again because it's closed. It's like, that is just horrible.
Jessica had her birthday party there, and I finally had a taste of that sweet, suspiciously shaped cheese pizza.
Wow.
And then I think I peed in the ball pit. Mom, I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
No, sweetie, it's closed, remember?
Nuh-uh.
Ooh.
Jessica had her birthday party there.
In the then we still never went to Chuck E. Cheese as a family because we couldn't afford buying all those tokens. So maybe they did have the best indoor playground experience.
Is Chuck E. Cheese, can adults go to Chuck E. Cheese or is it supposed to be only for kids?
No, it's only supposed to be kids. There's actually a rule specifically that if you are not
You have to be a parent.
No, if you're not accompanied by a child and you're the legal guardian of it, you're not allowed admittance into it.
Wow.
Like, it's specifically only children.
So I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese. I can never go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Not unless you have a kid.
Unless I have a kid.
Or like if you're going to like a kid's party.
Why would I go to a kid's party if I didn't have a kid? Oh, hire me! Guys, hire me for your Chuck E. Cheese birthday party. That's how I can go. Listen, I would probably ask for a lot of money in order to fly to your Chuck E. Cheese birthday party, but that is like the one way I could go to Chuck E. Cheese without having a child.
Or, you know, like your niece or nephew is having a party.
Dude, my siblings are not having kids. I am the sole heir, bro.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
I'm the sole heir. Okay, here we go.
But I wouldn't know. All I remember is peeing in the ball pit. But if I'm being honest, the top tier, God tier, fast food playground will forever be...
Not Chuck E. Cheese?
Burger King. The one I always went to growing up was so big, the playground literally took up half the restaurant. You could see it from the highway. And guess what? It was indoor. And guess what else? You can eat in the playground. You are encouraged. There are tables. This place was an absolute mousetrap for anyone with a child. And I was that filthy rat in the ball pit. I still remember the layout. You enter by climbing up these big blue Dorito triangle things, then you go through an entire maze of tubes, and then there's a bunch of slides to race down, and there's a secret slide to race down, and it was all suspended above the tables. Hi, Dad.
That's really... Wait, what? That's so cool.
I've seen some big McDonald's ones like
I think I've seen that too. That's so cool. Dude, all these fast food companies must have worked with the same company to have these things installed.
Oh, 100%.
Like, this has to be the same company doing it.
They probably reached out to some form of playground development company.
Dude, this is sick. Are you kidding me? This is so sick. The only thing that could be better than the ill Burger King play place is when they cook that Whopper.
I like the way she cook my Whopper on the grill. You know that's a good meal. A $2.99 good deal. I ain't lying. I'm
So for real. So for real, I want a number 9 with a number 2 with some onion rings. I'ma eat that too. Girl, I stay so hungry. I can't eat for so long. Burger like Big King Kong. Good stuff, right?
It's so good.
The slapper. Dude, every time you enter Burger King, that song should be playing. Not up to you. You walk in, you have to hear that rap. If that song was playing, there wouldn't be a single person who wouldn't get a Whopper.
Do you know how many times I got my sorry butt stuck up there because some big kid told me the swingy section would break if I crossed it? So many times! Oh, what was that? Breaking news. My mom just told me that I got stuck up there one time and my dad had to climb up and, quote, fetch me out of there. So thank you, Dad. Anyway, thank you for watching
Thanks,
my videos.
Dad.
Let me know what your favorite fast food playground was. And, as always, stay safe.
What was your favorite fast food place?
Personally, for me, my favorite was always a McDonald's play place. It was super cheap, so we went there often. At least when we ate out.
I only went to the McDonald's.
Play place.
Yeah, dude. The ritual for me and my dad was after I had 6 a.m. hockey practices.
Oh man.
Which was just horrifying because you'd literally have to wake up at 4:30. Which that's when you see God, you know, as a child. When your dad forces your little brain to wake up at 4:30 a.m. You've never experienced that kind of neurotransmitter crash of being awoken 3 hours before you should. But then you go work out by playing a hockey practice. But then it's 7 a.m. you get out of that and it's oh my gosh, I'm full of energy. This is incredible. That's the best you ever feel in life ever. And then my dad would take me to get some McDonald's pancakes and man, that was ill. That was ill. I'm gonna keep it real. Guys. 6 a.m. hockey practices, they tough, but it's magical still. Shout out to any Canadians watching my video, Canadian kids or adults who have 6 a.m. hockey practices. I don't think adults would willingly make themselves do that, but anyways, I am very excited for this next one. Evil things I did as a kid. Featuring SomethingElseYT. Ain't nothing like just the standard crazy things I did as a kid stories. You know, there's nothing like it.
Nothing like it. Everyone knows everyone was crazy when they were kids.
So let's do it! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, go.
Hey, Alyssa, guess what kind of sandwich I have?
I don't care, Kaylee.
Come on, guess what it is?
It's another one of those bologna and mustard.
It's a bologna and mustard sandwich!
That is really gross. Don't show me that again or I'm gonna puke.
Okay, guess what else I have?
What?
Another bologna and mustard. All right.
Got him. How is she gonna act like bologna and mustard is horrifying when she's eating just a whole fish?
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
How's she gonna act like this whole fish is less weird than a bologna and mustard sandwich? Hey, man, Illy in this video, she is something else.
All right, so these days, I'd argue I'm a pretty nice person, but that's because I got that all out of my system between the ages of birth and 5 years old. It might not sound so bad, but believe me, before grade school, I was evil. When I was about 3 years old, my mom and dad had given me a bag of mini Oreos during a long car ride to, you know, keep me from screaming and vomiting.
If there's one thing that will prevent a child from freaking out, it's a giant bag of sugar.
Yeah.
Good thinking, mom and dad. Brilliant!
And at one point, my dad was like, "Hey, Lissa, can I have an Oreo?"
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Lissa?
Oh no.
Yes.
There's no cream in here.
Oh, okay. I thought she was gonna spit in it. I was sure she was gonna spit in it. I was like, oh no.
Honestly, what she did is kind of just as bad. Licking off all of the icing. Guarantee you she licked it off. She didn't just peel off, she licked it off.
Dude, handing your dad would get pretty suspicious if it takes you like 2 minutes to give them a Oreo, bro.
I don't know.
They would just take it.
How fast? How long? Shut up.
There's no cream in here.
Got him. Got him.
Where is it?
I ate it.
Check
Now,
under
a
the
question
tray.
you and every parent on the planet might be asking is, why are kids like this? Between the ages of about 2 and 3, children are focused on developing a greater sense of self-control. They pretty much realize, wait, you're not the boss of me. Which leads to things like this. There was a time back in preschool, I remember I convinced my friend to help me move the slide from one end of the playground to the other. Why?
Because I could.
But we only moved it like a foot before my teacher said, "Hey, quit moving the slide." And I said,
"No, I want to move the slide."
"Quit moving the slide or I'm calling your mom."
"You're not going to call my mom."
"Oh, yes, I will."
Do it.
"Oh, yeah?
Do it.
I triple dog dare you."
Do it.
She called my mom. But my parents didn't raise us using corporal punishment. If we got in trouble, we were sent to our room to calm down, then asked to apologize for, you know, drawing on the windowsill. What can I say? I'm an artist.
Dude, I honestly, this isn't a good thing, but like I feared the wrath of my mother.
Same.
Like getting a phone call home, oh no. I didn't realize until I was older that not every parent like freaks out on their kids when they get a phone call home or something like that. Because that's how I grew up. The thought of like I'm gonna write a note home or I'm gonna phone up, that freaked me out.
My parents didn't think spanking was necessary. That is, until one day I was up to my evil shenanigans and getting mouthy at my mom.
Oh.
"I'm gonna lick all the Oreos. You're not the boss of me."
And she thought, you know what? Maybe I will try this spanking thing.
And it tore me apart.
"You're not my friend anymore."
But the story
That's
doesn't end
sad.
there. The next day, I had a checkup, and I'm not sure if they still do this anymore, but the doctor asked my mom to step out for a bit to ask me a few questions alone. Does your mom feed you healthy food?
"Yes."
Do you play outside often?
"Yeah."
Are your parents nice to you?
"No."
Oh, do they hurt you?
"Oh, yeah, they do."
Oh no.
How often do your parents hurt you?
"Ugh, all the days."
How do they hurt you?
"My mom beats me."
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding. My mom was really good friends with my doctor, so thankfully she was not arrested.
That's horrible. See, these dumb kids have no idea how horrible something like that is. That's horrible. Like they just have no concept of how serious that is.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy moly.
Ugh.
I had no remorse, though. I was still mad about the spanking thing, and my idiot self still expected an apology. And I never got one. I don't know what changed, but eventually I grew up and matured, and I promise, I am no longer evil.
Yay.
Oreo?
Well, that actually was like the shortest animation I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no, that was very abrupt.
But nonetheless, a little mini slapper! People, here's the last time we looked at illymation. If you have not seen the first illymation video we did, make sure you check it out. Here is Illy's channel. Make sure you are subscribed to her. She's the one that did all the hard work doing these animations. I'm just out here being a goofball. Here's a video that YouTube thinks you will like in particular. Are they right? You let me know. People, have a good one. Peace!